I'm back. Yeah, I got my Rich Porter joint on, man, for real. Got my Rich Porter, y'all know it's serious when I put this joint on, man. For real. I'm toasting, man. This is a toast. This is a toast. Y'all see the thumbnail. Wait for y'all to pile up in here, man. Wait for y'all to pile up in here. We got a lot of talking to do. Too much commotion going on. Unnecessary commotion. Sucker movement. Niggas trying to eat off other people's wave. And I get it. It's the politics. It's the same thing how the news do what they do. All in the same branch. But it's real corny. But we always want to complain about the white people bringing us down. And we our own worst enemies in real life. And I don't be talking just for nothing, man. A lot of y'all cats know what it is. Real grown man time, man. For real. And then, and to be honest, there's more than one way to eat off each other if done in the right perspective. But y'all see what the thumbnail says. So the thumbnail says the beef is serious, just got serious, but not serious. And I know y'all wondering why. See, these are the things that when you post, you know, a lot of our culture is nosy to the fact of things, but sometimes you do have to put things up here and show what's going on in and outside of the culture. But I'm saying it's so serious because all of these podcasters is podcasting about Jim Jones, Max B. But it ain't serious because Jim Jones and Max B is not saying a word to each other about nothing or nothing. And this is how y'all show, y'all meaning all the podcasters, show that y'all can create a beef out of nothing. The same way that East Coast, West Coast beef got started and people was back and forth. It started just from the same similarities of these podcast magazines and all that stuff. Start talking about stuff and made egos get bigger than what they are. Bigger than what they are. Let me see that Jim Jones thing, man. But I had to come up here real quick because I got some moves to make. So I had to get this out the way early before I hit the mean streets outside. But it's just so many different podcasters that's saying stuff, doing stuff, got their own opinions about what Max B is doing, what Jim Jones is doing. Jim Jones is hating. Is Max B mad at Jim Jones? And see, those are the things that'll make a person. I'm gonna just show y'all one real quick. And it's funny and hilarious. It's funny and hilarious, man. But I just want y'all to see something real quick. Who's the one and only Malcolm? All right, B-boy. Who's the one and only Malcolm? And then they're gonna bring Chrissy up Jim. See, that's one joint, and then I'm gonna get into little reactions with China Brim, and the points that he is making and all that. Ro Williams, what up? I see you, boy. It's always on and popping. You out and about, Bull City? That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'll be out there in a little bit. But my point is, man, everybody, it's another one that I was gonna show, and I don't even want to show it. I want to go ahead and get to the point, man. I want to get to the point, cause for real, I want to commend. I want to commend Jim Jones. I want to commend Max B. For real. And whoever's seeing this, make sure y'all share this, man. Send it to Jim, send it to whoever, man, because they need to hear this. I want to commend them for not falling victim to people trying to play them against each other so they can be more content. Only thing people doing is making money off the content, waiting for the negativity part of the content. Speak about the positivity. How y'all know Jim Jones is mad? How y'all know Jim Jones is hating? How y'all know Jim Jones is throwing punches at all the stuff that's been being heard? And they really trying to push Jim buttons for real. And I just showed that video to show y'all how low people would go by even putting his lady up there at the end and all that. Like that, if that ain't total ignorance, man. That's total ignorant, man. Big shout out to Chrissy, man. That's the sis, man. For real. Big shout out to Chrissy. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Max B. When did what he supposed to do. Soon as he come home, everybody want to come up with these snitch allegations. The Whack 100 dude, he coming up with it, and he's so serious and adamant about it, and he heard from the brother, but everybody already put the real issue out. Why Max couldn't have been no snitch, and why he got his charges, his time lowered. He just gave time back. He didn't go and tell nothing. If he went and gave the time back and he told something, that mean the other dude time should have went up from what he got. Even if he had life, he should have got double life then. That never happened. He just came home, gave the time back. How is that ratting? And that's sad that even homie in jail, he should be in there and saying, shouldn't have never said nothing. Should have just tried to get over Max first, let Max come home, build a foundation, get some money right, and then try to help him get out of the situation. Because one thing I know about cases, especially unaliving people cases, a lot of their stuff don't be all the way to the right. Only way people bury themselves is when they talk too much, man. And when you be quiet and you fight it under technicalities, you'll end up coming home. Now, I'm still gotta say, rest in peace to the victim, because the victim family, this is opening up another wound for them. So we gotta play it on both sides. For real. And if somebody did wrong, you did wrong, man. You gotta go and handle that, man. And that's why I always be telling people about people that be robbing dudes. Robbery dudes don't get no, oh, you got supposed to handle it in the street and this. But when they do it under foul intentions, that's corny, man. And know who you robbing before you rob them, man. And at the end of the day, that robbery stuff is corny, man. Sneaking people and taking their stuff that they work hard for, man. We all did it. I've done it before, maybe once or twice, but that ain't nothing. I always wanted to get money, period. And robbery stuff always was just corny to me, man. But at the end of the day, homie is home. Why he gotta be a rat now? Cause he home. How do and me looking at Whack 100, I'm looking like, he don't really care if the dude a rat or not. He just gonna run with it because that's the narrative of who he is online, to be able to point out rats. So he gonna make money off of it just by the dumb controversy. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Only thing gonna happen is after it die down, it is what it is. We'll be seeing who he on to the next to talk about. And that's corny. But my main point is, man, My point is Max B, Jim Jones is not feeding into none of y'all bull crap that y'all doing, man. And I want to commend them because at the end of the day, what do it all mean? Max B said it, man. We was young. If we knew we knew now, we probably wouldn't have never even visited that. It wouldn't have never visited that type of stuff, man. And now he home and everybody is trying to egg Jimmy on, egg Jimmy on, egg Jimmy on. Big shouts out to that, man. Yo, what up? Hold on, y'all. What up? Why you say that? Oh, I ain't nothing, never. I ain't see you hit me. When you hit me? Oh, I'm gonna hit you right back as soon as I get off this live real quick. I don't know how we miscommunicated, but negative. Posted what? Oh, send me the link. All right. My bad, y'all. I had to take that real quick. That's my BMF dudes. About to put something out real heavy. So y'all stay tuned for that. But once again, though, I want to get to the point, man. And Ro, what you mean? What that pool game like? Oh, my pool game on 1,000. You know, that's a fact. I play for blood and meat. If I don't win, I don't eat. That's what that is. But in real life, man, this is how, or this is what should be going on right now. Y'all should be taking notes from what Jimmy and Max B is doing right now. And I pray that this don't go left. Somebody just say, man, I'm tired of this, man. And then just go on a platform and just start talking crazy about each other. Now they going back and forth. This ain't gonna teach our young cats nothing that's up and coming. That's trying to do something. It's just gonna teach us how to bicker amongst each other, but make money. As long as we making money off each other, talking that crazy talk on this YouTube stuff and getting paid for it, that that's a I guess it's a win-win for the people that's talking about it, but it's a lose-lose for the people that they make get aggravated and go against each other. It's a lose-lose for our culture because we teaching our kids this is cool for them to start bickering or talking crap about somebody. They could do it online and or they can do it while they in school. And now we out them fighting. Somebody might end up getting unalive from however it may go. You all know how to go in schools. We ain't learning nothing. But when nobody seen Jim act mad about nothing, nobody seen Max B act mad about nothing. Max running around smiling, which as he should. That long stretch where he did, I did. I had 5 years. I did 3 on it. I was coming home smiling. But I didn't come home like that. I had to come home and get my own money and make my own self smile. But at the end of the day, when you're free, you can go get to it on your own and you're going to smile. But he came home to glory as he should because he went in with a beautiful name on these streets, man. But people should stop with this sending them back and forth, or should I say back and forth with the narratives of Jimmy mad or Jimmy this or Jimmy that. And they like egging it on, egging. I keep everything I look at. It's just something about Jimmy supposed to be mad at Max B or why Jimmy ain't. Y'all, my phone going off, man. Excuse me real quick. But yeah. Or, saying little negative stuff that Max B, you know, might be trying to send shots Jimmy way and all that is crazy, man. Said make beats, what up? All that is stupid. It's stupidity, man. Worrying about all the wrong stuff. Or what's the other ones that they got? Um, Mano ain't gold because he's Jim. He had to get no, not that one. He excuse me. Um Dave East had to get permission from Jim Jones, and those is grown men. Why would he have to get permission? And if Dave is cool with one half and cool with Jim Jones, I don't see why it should be a reason, because whatever they got going on ain't got nothing to do with the. Well, let me rephrase this. If East is cool with Jim and East is cool with Max B, and they already had their thing going on, I'm sure Dave East could tell Jim, yo, that's my man. I'm gonna go see him. This and that. And that's just keeping it real. It's not reporting to Jimmy, and even vice versa. You tell Max, yo, yeah, that's that Max B. Yo, that's my man. I'm rocking with him. But ain't nothing to be discussed between Jimmy and Dave East, between Max B and Dave East about, each other, unless they saying, yo, tell him I said what up. Other than that, it's cool. Other than that, ain't nothing else to talk about except for what they cool with each other for. That's it, man. I've been through them situations, man. Me and my friends, one of us fall out, but my other homies is cool with the one I fell out with, cool with me. They come over here, hang with me, cool. I don't want to do no talking about that person to this person, because that's how rumors get started and unnecessary bull crap. You over here with me, all right, cool. We ain't talking about that. They ask me, you talk to him? Nah, I ain't talk to him, and that's it. I ain't saying nothing bad about him, because next thing you know, that's when people start the, oh, yo, he said this about you. That stupid clown stuff, man. For real. Like, it don't even make sense. What's more powerful if they could get together, man? And my take on it is why Jim probably don't want to go to Jim is like everybody say, he emotional creature, whatever. A lot of people is like that. He ain't the only one. It's a lot of people that hold stuff on their shoulders, and he got all right to do that. Vice versa with Max. He got all right, but Max probably said, I'm letting it go. Some people let it go quicker than others. So let it play out. Y'all up here back and forth with everybody got a theory to why they beefing, and a theory to who mad, or a theory of who hate, and all this stuff is stupid, man. And I know it's internet content, man, but we ain't got nothing else better to do. You know, people business and try and make two black men go against each other. Two black men that's powerful. Two black men that could put money in a lot of people's pockets. Create jobs for a lot of people if things is done right. But them beefing and being all over the place, nobody gonna want to be around that and have time for none of that ignorance, man. Ro Williams saying he has to say it. Chrissy gangster too. Yeah, Chrissy grew up around gangsters. She ain't gonna. That's just in her blood, her nature. That's a fact. But only thing I'm thinking is like, whatever Max might have said um about Chrissy, which is Jim woman, and you know how men are. You know how we are about our women, man. It's like that. But we also gotta look at, in the midst of things, people say anything, man, when they beefing with each other. People say anything when they beefing with each other, and if you go overlook the words, I'm back cool with people that done said harsh stuff, and I said harsh stuff too. That was fighting words. Let's get it popping. But we wasn't taking nowhere else because we still had love for each other, regardless. But we could go knuckle up though. But we overlooked it. Then I got some that didn't want to overlook it, but later on down the road, you thought they'd never overlook it. I overlooked it, and they finally overlooked it, and we back cool again. So that's what I'm saying. Man, get things time. Stop trying to egg on a beef. all these podcasters with this dumb stupidity, man. It's stupid. 510 Fitness said Chrissy I ain't even going to repeat what you said, 510, but now you asking what was she and paid it full. If you know what she was in the 80s, why you don't know if she had paid it full, bro? This is the point that I'm making. People be saying stuff and they don't really know everything. You can't say stuff like that if you don't know another thing about them. That don't even make sense. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000. When a man get with a girl and make them their girl, a man don't care about what they was doing in the past and all that. Who cares about all that? It's mine's now. And that goes with a woman too. She don't care what the man did. Women endure more stuff than from us as men. And that's just keeping it 1,000. When we cheat, they forgive us, take us back, and all that. When they cheat, we in the house like my stomach hurt, about ready to kill some. Did you give him head? Did you kiss his lip? Just, oh, word, let's keep it 1,000, man. And this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm just breaking it down of how men and women, the difference in stuff. So people that always got something to say about something or somebody, man, check yourself. Cause I tell them, man, she with me now. I don't care if they were, okay, and what they got to do with what's going on now. And that's when the hate start, because now I got her looking better than y'all niggas did. F out of here, boy. Straight like that. But at the end of the day, all this stuff is real ignorant right now to have these two brothers beefing with each other. Or not, let me rephrase that. Trying to beef with each other. And once again, they smart. For some type of way, they on the same wavelength. That's what y'all not knowing. Y'all doing all this stuff for content and all that, and people that is watching it, y'all, I hope y'all ain't falling victim to that. I hope y'all leaving negative comments on it. Period. Crucial, I hope I'm saying your name right. He said, make money, not friends. That's a big fact. I'm all about the money. I'm all about the money. But, when you get money with friends, it make it more powerful, especially when y'all can trust each other more than anything. Period. But make money and not enemies. Because if you got enemies, you ain't going to get no money. If you got enemies, you ain't going to be able to even come outside to get money. It depends on what you do and how you do it. Always remember that. So, even if Max B and Jim can't come to all the way terms, people would love to hear them probably collab with some stuff. But me, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to do it neither, because the energy wouldn't be there. You want the energy to be right. Y'all being cool. French Montana and Jimmy was beefing. Jimmy got over him in French. French had put out that DVD with that fight that Jimmy and them had. Jimmy got over that. Him and French is cool. That's real grown man stuff. That's what's need to be shown out here in our culture. To tighten up, man. Because we get money together way more than anything. And that's a fact. Keep on this beefing. And we the one keeping the beefing going on. We the one that keep unaliving each other. That's what these little young dudes is learning now. And they don't even know why they doing it. But they learned it from ignorance of the older cats. They learning ignorance of the older cats that's regulating these podcasts and all that right now. It led from the streets to the podcast. And, music industry is ran by street dudes. So once they learned that, oh, man, I could rap about it. I could go and unalive somebody and rap about it. I get more fans. They don't know when they go to jail, the fans is over with. And they in jail, and they ain't even being talked about no more. If Little Dirk don't beat this case, God forbid, if he's innocent, then I want him to come home. Anything else out, I mind my business. But if he don't beat this case, he ain't gonna be thought about. It's gonna be about two. I give it 2 years, cause podcast popping now, so they gonna talk about it more and more while he in there. They probably will get a few phone calls from him over these podcasts, but he gonna fade out and he gonna be gone. And that's what all these little young cats don't even know. They think they doing something. They impressing the people. Who cares? They don't even know. People watching and having fun. They ain't risking their life. They ain't got nobody. They worry about unaliving them when they walk outside. But y'all doing it and putting it on. Y'all ain't nothing but entertainment. That's all y'all are now. Entertainment, man. Like a real video game. Y'all like the video games, man, when they could, in the streets and go out and bust your guns and all in the video game and all. That's all y'all really is, the people, without them controlling it. They just waiting to see when y'all crash. And after you crash and go to jail or be unalive, they're gonna be on to the next other podcast or the next other music or song or person that's talking about what they gonna do to a person, man. God bless him, Julio Fulio. Look what he did. All on people graves and all that. And then, after they was unalive, and now he gets unalive now. And they going to trial for it and stuff like that. But ain't too many people feeling no real bad, feeling bad for him. God bless him. And big respect to his mom, because she there in the front, because that's her child. She love him. But look what he left. His mom in agony, man. And got to go and deal with this. That's what's going to happen with all these young cats, because this is all they learning, man. Ignorant stuff out here on these streets, man. Ignorant. Ain't about nothing. Going to jail, or you're going to be on live, and in the game over with. Who wins something? Nothing. Nobody wins nothing. But everybody want to impress people. Just because they see numbers go up, people be cheering them on for ignorant side of things. That's, I'll be wondering what is going on out here, man. I see that the world is shifting, but it's shifting the wrong way. By the time this all said and done, we can't even say they putting us in jail for nothing. Because if it don't stop, and we don't put a stop to it at the end, at the lower level, when the kids growing up 10 years, 11 years before they start joining these gangs, we'll put an end to that. Slavery going to be slavery again. And it's going to be legal slavery without even having to slave people and say, man, that ain't right. It's against our Constitution, because we doing everything wrong to be put in jail. So we going to legally be put in jail, man. It's happening. And I'm watching it, man. Hold up, let me react to this China joint, what he said about Max real quick. Hold on.
But check this out. I want to know something. This is for all the members.
And I'm using this under fair use. And he's talking about Max B with the Bloods is following Max B, and Max B ain't a Blood and none of that. And it's like now all of them following Max B or whatever. And see, this is another thing. That's separation talk. Because if you're black, you're black. It don't matter if you're Blood or a Crip or whatever. You're black, man. You're light skinned, you're Spanish. And if you're rolling with Max B, you like him, that's just what it is. But why Blood got to do with anything if that's, what they are? But we're going to see where homie break down real quick. Let's see if this makes sense.
From the last thing I heard of, Max B ain't Damu. He ain't Blood. I'm just saying. And then what the homie said, he said, yo, you don't realize all these Blood members is Max B fans. Like, they all go to his shows, and Jim Jones, I Jim Jones. I don't know if it's beef. Like right now, I'm not hearing nothing. Max B never
See?
said Jim Jones' name.
See? No beefs, no nothing. Good.
There's no incidents as this entourage going at this entourage. So I'm not gonna promote that as far as a street beef. It's been actually good on that.
And I'm glad he said that. Big thumbs up to him, China Brim, for saying that. Because that's what it's supposed to be. So I still don't know where he going at with this, but we about to find out. But I'm glad he said that. And that's what need to stop out here with all these other podcasts, man. But let's go.
But a lot of blood niggas is going to Jim Jones. I mean, not Jim Jones, Max B shows. They parading, and these are the people who's supposed to be close to Jim Jones.
And see, that's the way of promoting the edge it on beef on the low, because he's saying people that is bloods, they run with Max B and going to Max B shows and supporting Max B. That's what I was just telling y'all. Like, if y'all are cool with a person and y'all already been cool with both parties, the name of this game is y'all don't put me in that, man. When I want to come hang with you, I'm coming to hang with you. When I want to come hang with him, I'm coming hang with him. I don't want to do no talking about him, and I don't want to do no talking about him. We hanging out. Ain't nobody gonna say I said nothing, and those be the reasons why people be like, well, man, you over there with that dude. What you over here soaking up information and all that? So when you real, you let them know from the gate. Man, ain't none of that with y'all. I'm hanging with you because I got love for you. You tell the other person the same thing. Got love for you. I'm hanging with you. That's that. Nothing wrong with going to support, especially when it's in this circumstances, because both of them is artists. If you cool with them, they got a show, they got whatever they got going on, you're going to support it because you rocks with them. Right now, Max B is hot and he's maneuvering. Jimmy hot, but he's sitting still because he maneuvering what he doing. Max B is out maneuvering because he been in prison. So he got to maneuver around to show his face in certain places right now. And getting his feet back wet and, making his presence known. So he's moving around. And if he cool with dudes, oh yeah, you could come roll with me. Then they gonna roll with him. That's it. But let's finish hearing the rest of what homie's saying.
I'm like, what? And then I had to think about it. He's telling me, it's like, yeah, niggas is, yo, I know Jimmy is highly upset. All them Billies, I'm looking at Max B, his club. They got all the clubs he going to. And I see all the Mac ballers. Salute to the Macs. I don't want no problems. I see all them who, and listen, these is guys who antagonize. I said antagonize. May God bless America. I'm getting smarter and smarter. Put it in the comment section. I said antagonize. But yeah, all these guys who used to antagonize me for coming at Jim Jones and telling me what they gonna do to little old me, they must be friends. I don't know. Put it in the comment section. Y'all.
So I get what he's trying to say right now, man. I ain't even trying to say. He's saying it basically when he be going to Jim Jones and saying stuff, the guys are saying, yo, when we catch you, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. But these blood dudes that's cool with Jimmy is running with Max B. Once again, they all probably cool. So they was neutral in it regardless. Neutral. And now, especially Max B ain't saying nothing. And I'm sure all the dudes is in the ear, man, leave that stuff alone. He probably Max B like, yeah, I ain't doing none of that. And vice versa with Jim. Bro, don't even go that route with that. He's like, and Jimmy was probably saying, yeah, I ain't going that route. He home. I'm glad he home. I heard Jimmy also say, I ain't gonna go that route. I ain't kicking the man when he down. See, that's the point where I know Jimmy ain't trying to even go that route. So at the end of the day, basically what he's saying is if he upset with whatever, that's on him and that's to himself. Keeping that to himself, man. Bottom line. And he probably was basically telling them, man, I ain't worried about man. I hope homie do his thing. And that's what Max is saying about him. And that's why y'all ain't heard nothing. Because these bloods that China talking about is the ones that's keeping the peace amongst both of them, which is I commend whoever is doing all that keeping the peace. All of y'all get thumbs up, man. All of y'all get thumbs up for keeping the peace and showing us how to move and move forward as a unit. And even if Max B and Jim don't never get along, they still two artists that's hot and relevant right now. And as long as they not beefing, they gonna be able to make moves and give people jobs. Jim got the podcast now. Jim's still making his moves with his music. He got things for other people to do, which is behind the scenes, man. That's just that. But everybody trying to egg on, and I guess China want to know why they wanted to beat me up or do something to me because I said something about Jim. But y'all running with Max B, and Max B said stuff about Jim, but Max B cleared it up. I ain't thinking about none of that. If I knew what I knew back then, if he said we knew what we knew back then, I'm sure we wouldn't be going that route. And I really think also Max B really appreciated that Jim showed his son love. And he definitely said, man, I ain't even beefing with that man no more. From jail, he made that up in his mind. That's real right there. And it's real that Jim knew that's Max B's son and said, his son ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If he a fan of mine and his father ain't tell him nothing, I'm taking pictures with him. Why wouldn't I? And not only that, that's a child. I'm a grown man. So that showed integrity of Jim Jones. For real. Like, y'all out here with all this other extra bull crap, that's corny, man. For real. Crypto Jones said crazy. I was crazy once they locked me in a room. But that still make you even more crazier, bro, cause you gotta move more smarter than that. So you got Boston. He said peace boost he didn't. Poe used to mess with Chrissy. You ain't gotta ask me that. Poe spoke about that on his own on another podcast and what that got to do with anything. Whenever she messed with Poe or whatever, she has a husband or 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 wifey to Jim Jones, man. That's it. That's all you need to know. Who cares who somebody else used to date and mess with and all that? Nobody don't care about none of that, man. Stop asking questions like that up here, y'all, man. Like, it don't even make sense. Anyway, as I was saying, so we're going to finish a little more reaction to see what China full point is. Is he jealous that they hanging with Max B? Or he saying, why y'all want to do that to me, but y'all can hang with Max B? Let's see.
I don't see what's going on. And listen, I'm not saying, oh yeah, because you blood, you ain't supposed to support Max B. What I'm saying is, y'all was antagonizing me. Oh, you mess with Jim Jones. And knowing that Mel and Shadi is the Billies, and Max B disrespected his wife. He touched it. Listen, Max B disrespected his wife. He said he touched it in Miami. That's worse than anything you can say. And y'all was mad at me. These niggas is crazy. They gotta be crazy. If y'all.
So this is my point right here. Right there, said it all. He's comparing what he said to what Max B said. And like, one thing about podcasting, when you keep talking about a person and talking about their business, it don't matter what a person said. It matters why you keep touching on a subject when you don't even have a problem with that man, because you don't even know that man. Max B and him had dealings. They was working together, all of the above. So for a person to be on podcast and be beefing with people and you don't even know the person, that's what make it worse. You don't got the right to talk. And say nothing, whether it's true or false. Because you is always going to be a second or third party conversationalist. Period. So that is not even a comparison to what China Brim trying to make right now. And even bringing that back up is still throwing fire on the wound or salt on the wound, whatever, gasoline on the fire, all the sayings that is supposed to be made, that is, that we say in our conversations. Why bring it back up and use it for content? Who cares? If people is rolling together and it's a peace thing going on, then cool. But they are cool. Or should I say, Jim and Max B was cool. So they go back and forth and back and forth. But people that's third party on these internets never hung out with Jimmy and none of that stuff and want to be on these internets and talking about a person. It ain't just Jimmy, that goes for anybody. You can't talk about nobody and think nobody ain't gonna be mad at you. And you don't even know the person, but you so weird utilizing it and getting a check from it. You ain't sending no money over after you get that internet check. Nobody sending no money over, man. And still, nobody don't even want your money when you talking about them. So that's not even a comparison, man. It's not a comparison. Let's finish listening, man. And understand I'm using this under fair use, man. For real.
See me, y'all would jump on me. Y'all want to cut me, shoot me. Y'all want to do all that, right?
Because you are talking about the man and y'all don't have a beef. You don't have a beef with him. When two people got beef, they gonna say whatever out their mouth to make a person feel bad or low or whatever, man. But when you are just talking about it just because, and now everybody know people are doing it on these YouTube streets to get a check, that's the difference, bro. That's the difference, if you didn't know. I'm just pulling your coat. I ain't up here to dish you. I ain't with none of that. But I'm just pulling your coat. Why? Let's finish listening.
But right now, they jamming. Yeah, they jamming with Max B. I know when the song Touching in Miami, you in the car with him. You don't think like, this nigga violated the homie. Oh no, y'all don't think. You wanna know why? Like my man said, these fake blood niggas is chasing the bag. He ain't giving you niggas nothing.
Chasing the bag. Well, one thing I always know, closed mouths don't get fed. You want to figure out a way to get some money? Get around people that's getting money. And if it ain't hurting nobody, if it ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it. Well, what's wrong with that? once again, this right here don't make sense what homie's saying, and it still drives a wedge into pushing people to say, yeah, he right, man. I ain't hanging around this Max B dude. I ain't this is that. And then other fake conversation, he say, she say, start coming out and all that. This is what happened, man. One thing about internet, TV, radio, music, you hear it all the time, you're gonna end up starting to think or like what you're hearing. That's all I'm saying. It's called train the brain. That's why radio is powerful. That's why you can't pay to be on radio. If DJs get found being paid, if it get found out that a DJ took payola to play people music, they will get in trouble. That's why well, that ain't why Drama got in trouble. Drama was playing the music because copyright stuff or whatever. He was playing it before it came out, stuff like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with nothing, man. Max B and Jimmy had a legitimate beef at the time that was said. That's it. That don't degrade that man's wife. It's a song. It was a saying. Jimmy said some stuff. And that's that. But I did say that would probably be the only reason. Before I even heard China Brim saying what he's saying right now, that would be the only reason. But at the end of the day, it's like, I guess we're going to find out. But the main thing of why I came up here is to say thumbs up to Max B, Jim Jones. If they never see eye to eye and they not paying that old version of them any attention with the new things that's going on. And a lot of y'all podcasters stop with all of making these AI generated things and putting their faces on it and showing separation and showing beef. It's corny, man. It's corny, man. When y'all gonna put something positive on how they should be hanging together, or what they should be doing together, how powerful they would be. That's what's needed out here in these mean YouTube streets that are linked to the mean real reality world, to these young dudes out here, man. Show these young dudes how to get together and stick together, man. Or show these young dudes, man, I ain't even gonna pay him no attention. And the other one will say, I ain't gonna pay him no attention. I'm gonna get my money, I'm doing my thing. And life goes on, man. All this extra idiotic stupidity is for the birds. For real. So once again, shouts out to Max B. Shouts out to Jim Jones. Giving y'all thumbs up and all that. And all the podcasters, man, y'all get thumbs down. That's out here promoting this garbage of separation. Thumbs down, man. For real. You hear it from your boy Big Boosie, man. That's a fact. Make sure y'all share, subscribe, hit that notification so you know when I'm up here. All of the above, man. I ain't playing with them. I'll be back.